AI isn't coming, it's already here.
Of layoffs costing tens of thousands of tech workers.
Artificial intelligence.
This alarming wake-up call.
AI.
And over the next 12 to 24 months, the gap between practices that adapted and those that don't is going to get so wide it might feel unfair. Think about it. How many of your competitors are already using AI to handle calls, follow up with patients, and run marketing while they sleep? If you're not preparing for what's next, the future isn't just going to pass you by, it's going to run you over. And let's be real, this isn't just about tech buzzwords. It's about growing top-line revenue, cutting overhead, and building a more valuable practice, whether you're staying independent or planning a future exit. So let's start with where we are today. Studies show private practices miss around 150 calls every month. Think about it. In many busy clinics, 40 to 50% of calls are missed during business hours. Of course, not to mention off business hours and weekends and holidays. But here's the kicker. 80% of patients who don't reach you will not leave a voicemail and won't call you back. They'll find another doctor. That's the reality. For a single location, that's painful. For a group with 10 or 20 locations, that's a tidal wave of lost revenue and opportunities. Those are missed consults, procedures, and downstream referrals. So money already in your marketing budget that never converts. Right now, forward-thinking owners are fixing that with voice AI receptionists. AI that handles calls, text, appointment requests, and cancellations simultaneously, 24/7. Fewer missed calls means more booked appointments. More booked appointments means more top-line revenue without adding more staff. And it's not just admin. More doctors and groups are using AI to generate content, which are blogs, emails, and even videos without hiring an agency. Hi, I'm Dr. TJ Ahn, podiatrist here in Chicago. If your child has heel pain after sports or running, it could be Sever's disease, a common growth plate issue, not just growing pains. The sooner we treat it, the faster they can get back to being active and pain-free. We treat this all the time at United Foot and Ankle Surgeons. Let's help your child feel better, fast. Did you watch that? Do you think that was real? Look closely. That was not me sitting there. That was generated from my Heijian cloned avatar. And that voice you heard, that's from my 11 Labs cloned voice. Pretty wild, right? By the way, those are the tools that I use every day, and links are in the description. I also run AI workshops throughout the year, and in my Syndicate Mastermind, we share these strategies live and I coach and teach them, so your team can stay ahead while scaling profitably. But all of that's just the beginning. What's coming next is something most private practices, especially multi-location groups, aren't even thinking about yet. And these are the exact levers that boost ROI and EBITDA, whether you are scaling or preparing for an exit. So let me introduce a term you will hear more and more: AI agents. Automation handles simple rules, but AI agents observe, decide, act, and loop like digital staff members. Instead of a single automation, you'll have agentic workflows. So multiple agents coordinating. One agent pulls benefit data from an insurance portal. Another verifies and updates your system. A third agent sends confirmation to the patient, all without a human salary tied to those tasks. So institutions like MIT's lab and Oxford's Future of Healthcare projects, for example, are already testing AI agents for prior authorizations and clinical summaries. Harvard-affiliated hospitals are experimenting with AI-driven scheduling and staffing optimization. These agentic augmentations are moving from enterprise and hospital level to private practices and group practices at lightning speed. Can I tell you something real quick, guys? Several years ago, I was working long hours buried in insurance paperwork and my profits were flat. I thought this is just how medicine works now. But then I discovered 3 specific profit accelerators And in a matter of months, my practice crossed 7 figures without seeing more patients. Since then, I've helped over 800 private practice doctors do the same. Dr. Helene, 7-figure growth, closing $5,000 to $10,000 surgical procedures consistently. L, hybrid model, doubled revenue per visit, surpassed 7 figures 3 years in a row now. Jenny built a lifestyle practice, working less with high profit. Tim added MIS into a hybrid concierge model, margins exploded over 7 figures just to take home. Are these isolated cases? Absolutely not. As you can see here, hundreds of doctors are using the same steps right now to build high profit, low overhead practices. Of course, provide the best possible care to patients. Then they work smarter, not just harder. And I want to give you the exact same roadmap. I recorded a free masterclass that walks you through everything: how to spot your hidden profit leaks, how to close high-ticket treatment plans ethically and without resistance, how to cut overhead and increase margins fast. So watch it now before we pull it down. Tap the link and I'll see you inside. So imagine this in your group practice. An AI agent dynamically adjusts staff schedules across 10 or 20 locations, for example, cutting overtime, smoothing patient flow. Another agent predicts high volume days and reallocates resources. A marketing agent crafts SMS, emails, and even personalized video messages to fill schedule gaps, all targeted, all automated. And we are not far from AGI, artificial generative intelligence. Not saying a super intelligence will run your clinic, but the building blocks, super agents, are here. Systems that don't just follow rules, but actively optimize your operations. Higher output with lower input. That's ROI, return on investment. That's margin. That's value. Think back to when minimally invasive surgery felt experimental. The few who adopted early became local authorities. And they didn't just survive, they thrived. AI is at that same tipping point. A Deloitte report says over 90% of healthcare leaders believe AI augmentation is inevitable. Accenture predicts that by 2025, over 90% of private practices will have adopted some form of AI technology. McKinsey's data show that organizations redesigning workflows around AI see 30 to 40% gains in efficiency and profit margins. For owners of multi-location groups, right? Those efficiency gains don't just show up on spreadsheet. They show up in EBITDA, EBITDA. Reduced overhead, more captured revenue, and systemized workflows make your practice more valuable, whether you're reinvesting for growth or positioning for a future sale. The good news, you don't have to rebuild everything overnight. Start small. Deploy a voice AI receptionist to stop missed calls across locations. Automate marketing with tools that schedule and repurpose content. Build a simple KPI dashboard. Track ARPV, which is average revenue per visit, missed call rates, staff utilizations, so AI can guide your decisions. Now, these steps alone can save you hours each week, cut unnecessary payroll costs, and unlock higher profit margins without expanding headcount. If you want help building your AI implementation blueprint, join me for a profit accelerator session. We'll map out where to start and how to scale, whether you're running 1 clinic or 20. Link is in the below. So AI isn't replacing doctors. It's replacing doctors and owners who refuse to adapt. The future belongs to physicians willing to lead, not follow. I'm Dr. TJ Ahn. Build smarter, build more profitable practices, and see you in the next video.